All right, it said we're live. I'm going to give it a minute to catch up on the streaming there. There's always that lovely little bit of a delay, so I want to make sure that it's up and working. Ah, there we go. Good. All right. Well, I'm going to give a few minutes. I think I didn't give a whole lot of notice. This was just kind of I wanted to go live and play with some stuff. So I'm going to give a minute for anybody to join us. And then I'll just start going and it can be on replay. Hi, Nikki. Oh, good. I'm not all alone here. I was just waiting to see if anyone was going to make it. I have my cough is mostly gone. I was going to add that in there, but then talking about it made it show back up again. I just went live the end of last week, and normally I would wait a little longer, but I was so incredibly excited about these super cute press plates. I kind of played with them just a little bit, and I was showing them to my girls, and we were all just kind of melting a little. They're just so nostalgic. Hi, Wylan? I don't know if I said that name right. Hello, Elena and Jennifer. Oh, yay. So glad if you guys are able to join. It's kind of just the middle of the day, a little bit of a random time. It just worked on my week and I wasn't feeling very patient. So I just kind of got excited and decided to go ahead and do that today. Hello, Mercedes and Wanda. Welcome. I am so glad that you guys are here. All right, I'm going to refresh the page one more time just to kind of get it caught up there so it's up to date. There we go. All right, now it's refreshed a little bit and that should work a little bit better. Okay. Well, who's excited to see some fun Spellbinders goodies? Nikki, I know. And these ones are absolutely adorable. And I kind of tested out something I wanted to try, a little trick that I've done for doing Betterpress on colored cardstock, but on pattern paper. And it gave a whole fun, different effect that I'm so super duper excited about. Hello, Emerita. Hi, Leanne. Good morning. You must be in my time zone too, because the Pacific time zone is the only one that it's still morning. I've gotten such the habit of just saying good morning and then realizing for most everybody it was afternoon. All right. I also kind of last minute, I put everything in. I was just going to do Betterpress, but I decided I might mix in a little bit of hot foiling too. You just never know. Oh, thank you, Elena. It's one of my favorite colors, and it's actually a new shirt that I've gotten and I couldn't wait to wear. So nothing better than a live to put that to use because it's got like the comfy yoga pants on the bottom because we work from home and you only have to worry about the top, right? Hello, Tara or Terry? I'm gonna guess it's Terry, but I don't know if I pronounced that right. Welcome. Yes, Leanne. Okay, I couldn't remember where you lived. I was pretty sure that you were in Pacific time zone. All right, I've kind of been just killing time a little bit, letting everybody find. My guess is there were a lot of people over at the Pink Fresh weekly live that were checking that out. Um, if you were coming from there, I saw Carissa was live today. I was getting set up for this, so I didn't pop in to watch. Um, and Elena, I believe are you New Zealand or Australia, or do I totally have that wrong? I'm pretty sure I remember that right from last week, so correct me if I'm wrong. And I think it was you that posted those really pretty strawberry cards. Oh, Leanne, you're in Spokane. There we go. I knew it was somewhere familiar and that I knew where it was. All right. So what I'm using today, for the most part, there might be, I feel like when you go live, there's always a few things that you're like, oh, I didn't even think about this, and you pull it out. But everything that I know or am planning to use is linked in the video description. So feel free to check that out if you want to find anything. I've kind of just got a mishmash of a bunch of stuff. South Africa, Elena. There we go. Thank you for correcting me. I remembered it was somewhere just like way down far away from me and much further south than where I'm at. So hello, Melissa. All right, I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera around because I think we've got a good start here. And we can just kind of jump right in. So give me just a second to make the switch. Move my tea here out of the way. So this is kind of where I started. I saw these and I could not wait to get my hands on them. They are the sweetest thing ever. They're like the best of Winnie the Pooh in kind of that vintage, old-fashioned style, and I absolutely love them. So I'm super excited to play with those today. And as I already mentioned, I'm planning on kind of mixing and matching a bit with some different pattern paper. So these are the two main ones that I'm planning on playing with. Hello, Amy and Wendy. Welcome. So glad you guys made it. So of course, you know I'm a sucker for plaid paper, and this has some really good, softer, kind of neutral tones. So I'm kind of excited to give those a little bit of attention here. I think I'm gonna, I don't know, we'll have to pick. Let's see. I should look through and pick which paper I want to use here. I think this one is one that I want to use. So I'm going to pop that one out. I'm going to use the reverse side though. And then I think another one that I had my eye on, I want to go on a little bit the lighter tones on this because so I really like that one. I think that's going to be a great choice. One of these might end up being hot foiled, and then one with the Betterpress. And then I also really love wood grain. So I've got that one pulled out, and I've just kind of looked through to pick. I tested it on one already to get an idea of what I liked, but I'm kind of toying with, I mean, I've got another one done. So if whatever I pick doesn't work like I'm hoping it does, I'm kind of leaning towards this one. I feel like this might be a good option. Yes, Leanne, wood grain is great for guy cards. And then let's see, what would be another? I already looked at that one. I already have tested it out on this one, so I know that that works okay. But I want to pick something different. Maybe this one. This one might be kind of a fun one. If it doesn't work, we don't have to worry about it because I've already got one done and we've always got other options. So those were the main ones I wanted to play with, but I think that these would be really lovely for baby cards for one thing. So there's some really cute kind of neutral mixes. I mean, like on that pink, oh, you know what? We might just have to pull that out and give that a try. Maybe we'll do that. Let's do one in pink and one in blue because I think that would be adorable baby cards. This is Echo Park. And then that pink, and then I'm thinking maybe the light blue. I don't know, the blue stars is really cute too, but I think that light blue. Let's do that one with the little, so there's a couple there. And then if we still feel like doing any more, I might pull out some of this one, which are, I used this paper pad on some cards that I shared on my blog today, if you didn't see those. Wendy used to read Winnie the Pooh to her grade 1 students, so she has a soft spot in her heart. Yes, I mean, I feel like who doesn't have a soft spot in their heart for Winnie the Pooh, right? All right, so here's just kind of an assortment of what we're gonna play with. I'm gonna start with Betterpress, and then we might jump over and do a little bit of hot foiling as well. But I'm gonna start here with this. So let's pull out. So part of the trick here, I also need to trim these panels down a little bit, I just remembered. So give me a second here. I think I'm gonna do both of these. I think I'll do letterpress. If we decide we wanna do some with hot foil, I can pull some different ones out for that. But let's pull this out. I'm just gonna trim a couple of these down. I'm just trimming them down to A2. Odds are I'll probably cut them with some die shapes before I put them together, but for now, A2 is kind of a good size for these. So this one will be a little bit smaller because this is a 4x8. So I'll actually probably just trim this down to 4, and then it'll need trimmed a little bit more, but to make it A2. So let's trim these together, and then we can decide which one of these we like better. I want to make the wood grain a little more even, so trimming a little bit off the top and the bottom. And then same on this one. Let's just trim. Actually, this will be easier if I do. Let's trim that down to 5.5, and then in 1/2 by 4. All right, lots of wood grain, and then a little bit of this plaid. Seriously, I can never get enough plaid. I'm convinced that plaid is just like my favorite. It's like the perfect sort of neutral background, but also with a little bit of some interest to it. All right, I could have done this in advance, but I wasn't entirely sure which papers I wanted to use. And then I'll save all those scraps for something else later. All right, so of course when you're doing letterpress, normally you would use the Spellbinders, the cotton Betterpress cardstock, of course, right? Because that's what gets you your texture. So I showed this trick with colored cardstock. I just keep one panel and I use it over and over. You can tell I've done it on this one. Hold on one second. I need to fix. I'm in my craft room and the door is closed and the heat just came on. And if I don't turn that off, it will just melt me in here. Okay, thankfully I have the app on my phone so I can fix that. All right, so I'm gonna start with, I think I'm gonna use this Winnie the Pooh scene. Or do I? Do I wanna use, decisions. I think I'll do this one first, actually. I'm gonna do that for the plaid and maybe the other one. So we're gonna just start by getting this set on here. And again, when you look at this, so this isn't the right paper. If I just put this on normal and letterpressed, I would get like the stamp on it. It would just look like it was stamped, but I wouldn't get that impression. So what I have here is just a piece of that Betterpress cotton cardstock. I already have that taped on my plate, and I'll reuse this over and over and over. But if I put it on the back and then put my piece that I actually want my image to show up on over the top of that, it will press through. Let's put that there. I think that'll work better. It'll press through, and that cotton cardstock behind will give it something to flex and give into, because that's what makes the Betterpress work so well, is you are getting the cotton paper that has some give to it, and that's what allows you to get that impression on it, not just the ink and everything on there. So I could also use Betterpress inks on this, but on the pattern paper, I really wanted to make sure it really just popped and everything, and I found that this ink worked really great for the letterpress technique. So we're gonna pull off the top of that. I'm just gonna very lightly brush that over the top, being really careful just to get it in only the areas that I want inked. And then we're gonna lay this over the top. Grab my, Amy, I have not taken the shims out. You could play with it a little bit. I actually tested on a little scrap first to make sure this would work, so I wasn't wasting a whole piece of my pattern paper. I'll pull that out and show that to you. But depending on the pressure of your die cut machine, you might have to adjust that. So feel free to play with that as needed. But all right, are you ready? Ah, it's so adorable. Seriously, Winnie the Pooh is just the cutest thing ever. Pull off that little bit of tape that I have on there. And I know you probably can't see it on there, but you've got that beautiful impression on there. So it's totally got that embossed look. And look how that just pops on that plaid background like that. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? Here's a scrap of that cardstock. This is what I tested it on to make sure it worked. So I kind of could do that in advance. This one you can almost, I don't know if maybe you can see the embossed side, so you can see how you get a nice deep impression by doing that. So let's do that again. Let's do that same one on, feeling like that one on the pink cardstock here. And I'm gonna, so every now and then I'll take this same piece, as long as it keeps working, I'll keep using it. But I'm gonna reverse it over every now and then just so that it's not embossing into the exact same spot, or the same, just so it doesn't lose that give. And I've used this one several times already. So eventually it's probably gonna not work. So yeah, so initially this trick for colored cardstock, I learned this from Carissa Wiley. She's the one who came up with this fun trick. And it's really great for letterpress when you want to get like a tone on tone kind of look. I absolutely love it for that. But yes, Amrita, you can stamp with it, but if you want to get that impression, this is just so much fun and such a little extra bonus there. And again, use whatever ink you prefer for this. I just found this one worked really great for this. So let's see how this looks on the pink. I'm kind of excited. I haven't tested on the pastel like this. Leanne, I will pull that out and show that here in just a second. It's linked below. It's called Nutmeg, and it is from Memory Box. It was, I believe, from last fall. So it's kind of a fall design paper, but I felt like it had a perfect little vintage look for, oh my goodness. Okay, that would probably be really cute in like a deep pink or something as well. I didn't do that this time, but I'm just sticking with the black for this today, at least for now. You never know, I might change my mind, but another great debossed impression and that really cute image on there in the pink. It's so magical. I think it's just fun. Melissa, I was guessing that there were a lot of people probably watching the Pink Fresh Live today and probably going to hop over after that. All right, let's clean. I think I'm going to clean this off and move over to the other stamp set. This ink I noticed, oops, excuse my smoochy fingers, cleaned off really well with a little bit of rubbing alcohol on here. So I'm just going to do that real fast to get that ink off of there. Look at how perfect is that. Did a great job. Nice and clean and ready to put away. So again, we might move over and do a little bit of hot foiling afterwards. I haven't fully decided. Let me put that plate away and let's get out the other one. This one is equally absolutely adorable. So let's do this one. I think this would be a fun one with one of those wood grain. So again, it's a little bit smaller panel because I wanted to get two out of the same one. And really quickly, let me show you again. So that plaid paper was from this paper pad. And then this wood grain is from this one. It's a little bit of an older one, but Simon says stamp still carries it. So I figure you can't go wrong as long as you can take advantage of that. All right. I'm going to ink this up. Okay, nice and gentle there. And let's pull out my die machine. Hello, Miriam. You're also in the morning time zone as well. Yes, Amrita, I am actually very much planning on the gold foil on the wood grain. That was kind of what I was leaning towards hot foiling with that because I have hot foiled on pattern paper before and it comes out lovely. Oh my goodness. Okay. I am obsessed with this. This is so cute. The wood grain is just, so the other paper's super fun, but look at that detail. And on the wood grain, it literally just looks like that image is almost like wood burned on a piece of wood, which is amazing. Mercedes, yes, everything linked below is affiliate links. So I always appreciate if you click those. You don't have to. You can find someone else's to click on too, but if you're enjoying, I do love when you click on those. How fun is that? Okay, let's try that other wood grain too. I got to see how this one turns out as well. I'll show you the other one that, in fact, let me pull that up now. I already die cut it into an oval, but this is just another, so you can kind of see the difference in the different wood grains and how you get that beautiful, isn't that fun? That was the one I was most, like, I started out excited and then I kind of got sidetracked by all the other options. So let's see how this one comes out. Get that ink on there nice and gentle. Pull out this. Amy, you know what? I might have to pull out a brown ink. Maybe we'll do that on another panel, because why not? I kind of went with the black because I was worried any of them might get lost. I didn't rotate the paper that time, but it's still amazing, you guys. I don't think this will ever get old. I feel like I could just we're probably gonna do way more panels than actually have finished cards today, but so here's all of the, both those options, different wood grain, a little bit of a different look, but each one of them super duper fun. I just had a thought there and now I lost my thought. Oh, I was thinking about doing one of these. Hold on. Let me see if I still have, I don't think I kept it. I thought I had the other half of that wood grain piece that I did yesterday, but I don't quite know where I put it. I put it away somewhere. We'll worry about that another day. But I think that's a good start for better pressed backgrounds. I could always do, should we just do one more with and try a brown ink? Just so we can see what it looks like. Let me clean this off real quick. We might as well see, because why not, right? Let's get good and clean because I had a lot of ink on there. And the rubbing alcohol will dry nice and quickly. So let's choose, let's see, did we use that one yet? No, we didn't use, well, we probably want a lighter one for the brown, huh? Wouldn't you say? Let's just do one of the ones I already have done here. I think this one is a little less busy, so I'm going to try that one because I feel like it's the most likely to work really well. Then let's pick a nice deep, let me pick here. Gotta check my ink swap. You know what I haven't tried? Let's do this. Let's pull out. Let's try that. Okay, bear with me here. I have not tried yet using Simon Says ink, so let's give that a try. I haven't tried to use these on here yet, so they're really juicy and they're really soft, so I'm gonna have to kind of be gentle as I ink them up because I don't want to, so I'm using a super duper soft touch on there. All right, let's give that a try. Will be first experiment for me on this. Oh, Emerita said she's been using Catherine Cooler, and I think Catherine Cooler have a similar that soft foam. So I imagine it'll probably work quite lovely from the looks of it. All right, let's pull that out. Oops, okay, my tape stuck a little bit there. Good thing I'm trimming that down anyway. So it's a little bit of a softer look, and I know that ink will soften a little as it dries, but it is kind of a neat look there. Not gonna lie. Kind of curious to see how that dries. Yeah, so archival or using like the Spellbinders, I could have pulled some of those inks out, but I just thought, you know what, if I'm experimenting, let's just experiment all the way and see how it works. Nothing like doing it live to find out if something works, right? All right, let's pop that out of the way for now. And then I'm going to put this away for the moment. And let me plug in my hot foil machine so it can start heating up. It's going to take a few minutes, so clear off a little space here. Goodness, I made a mess. Rebecca said something about putting a plastic sheet from a large stamp die set on the base of her press plate to make it easier to clean so she doesn't get stains. That's a great idea. I actually am not terribly bothered by stains, so that doesn't concern me too much. I just try and clean it somewhat fast, but I figure it's not going to make it not work if it gets stains on it, so I don't get too concerned about that. Okay, let me move a couple things. Oh, you know what I forgot? While that heats up, hold on. I need to do some sentiments. We can hot foil some of them, but that needs to heat up there. I want to do some of those sentiments. And those I think I'm just going to do straight up on Betterpress cardstock, and then we might hot foil them. Rebecca said it makes her crazy having a dirt. You know what? And we've all got that thing that makes us crazy, and I 100% understand that feeling. So No need to explain. I fully get it. All right, I'm just going to do all of these sentiments because I really like them all and I don't know which ones I might want to use. Okay, clearing off a little bit of space here. Kind of made myself a mess, but that's okay. Limited space, right? Okay, and then on this one, I don't need that shim, so I can set that aside, save that for another day. Although it's starting to get pretty warped. I might have used that up a little bit much. We'll see. I'll keep it handy. But then where did I put? There it is. All right, I'm going to trim this in half because I don't think I want to put both of these through at the same time. I think that it'll be easier just to do one at a time. I'm going to center that on there. And of course, I just threw away those little pieces of tape I had. I know these one-piece sentiments like this are just so brilliant because you can pick and choose from whatever you feel like at the moment. Let's see, and that looks like that's centered pretty well. So I'm going to use the same, just that black ink that we used on everything else because I've already got it out and it works really well. Like I said, it's going to take a little time for my hot foil machine to warm up anyway, so might as well use that time wisely. Anyone else ever feel like they just need a bigger desk? All right. Do you think I over inked a little bit at the bottom there, but nothing too bad. That one just got a little smudgy on there. So let's clean that off. Those outer edges are probably the most tricky to not get over inked there. Take that one down. Then we can just die cut all these out and mix them and match them however we feel like. All right, let's try and go even gentler on the ink for this one. Look on there and try and be gentle. It's kind of tricky, but Amrita says her desk area shrinks the longer she creates. I feel like that's the truth. That's like a scientific fact right there. Okay. Oops, I didn't even notice those were upside down. Beautiful. All right, there are a couple there that I can see. Again, I think my ink pad is a little juicy. It's good for the bigger ones like that, but it might not be as ideal for the tiny detailed ones like this. So it might be better to switch over and do something a little more like maybe the Betterpress ink or more of a detailed black one. But I really do like that one for on the pattern paper for getting a really good image. Okay, let me tuck that away. We might hot foil those in a little bit, so I'll keep them handy. But now we're done with the Betterpress for the moment. Save that tape there for next time. And my platform is getting close to hot now. I can see that. So I'm going to do some prepping real quick for that. Let's pull that over here. So many panels and things going on here right now, which is kind of fun. I'm going to start with this one. And I think we'll foil this on. Maybe some of that wood grain. Kind of play back and forth, whichever ones we want to hot foil on there. Let's get that out of the way. I've got my panel of white cardstock. Let me grab my foil. And I think for this, let's just go with a good traditional, I don't know what color kind of blends good with that. I want something that'll show up well. So kind of like that coppery one there. And the platform, oh, I did not grab the right one. That was a, saw it with my eyes and grabbed the right there. And just like that, I knew we were getting close. The platform ready light just came on. So I'm gonna turn that on. Trim off a piece of this. The timer's going. And then we're gonna mix through a few different colors of foil because I think I'm gonna pull out some Aura. Kind of my default go-to one. I think this is gonna be a great one. Oh, and you know what? Pull out my white cardstock that I remembered for foiling on our pattern paper. We don't need white cardstock for that. I think I'm gonna use the Aura on, you know what, as I'm looking at it here, do I still want, you know what, I like that one maybe better on this. I think I'm gonna switch up my foil color on this one to just the traditional gold. I think that I like that better. That's gonna be a better look. And then we'll do Aura on this one. I'm pretty funny as I figure those things out. It's kind of curling up on me there, but that's okay. And there, so I'm gonna step away, I'll get that ready in a minute, but let's go ahead and do the wood grain first. Keep that one out of the way. I'll pop that on there. Oops, I forgot to pop my thing free. There we go. It might not be perfectly straight, but I am gonna die cut it down, so I'm not too worried. Die cut machine. All right, are you ready? I'll have to save the reverse foil of this too to hot foil later with the solid hot foil plate. Move this out of the way. And are you ready? I'm gonna leave that there heating. Let's see how this worked on our wood grain. All right, it's subtle. I think it's gonna look maybe a little bit better on some more of the softer colors, but I do still like it on there. And I'm wondering if we add a little bit of ink blending or something on there, it might make it pop a little bit more. But, and then like I said, I'm gonna save this because you can picture this on some white cardstock. That's gonna be amazing. All right, I was really curious how that would come out. So let's try, once that heats up, I think I'll do the same image on this plaid with that coppery foil. There's the platform ready. And then, like I said, I think I'll do the Aura foil. Amy, I think the dark browns might be really cool on there too. I think the Aura would be a good soft option on that blue. So we'll pull out a little piece of that. I'm gonna do the other image on that one though, because again, I feel like that's a good baby. Yeah, we'll try a little bit, maybe some of that brown ink, kind of add a little bit more of a vintage, because the foil will resist. But still, when you kind of turn it and it catches the light, it's going to be hard to photograph, but I do think it still works. But yeah, a darker foil, you know what, honestly, you could do it with black foil, but then I guess at that point you might as well just use the Betterpress too. So there's also that fact. But yeah, the dark, some of the dark browns on some of the pattern papers, like this would be a good one for, so this paper pad, one of the things I really love, this is the Mega Pad. It's kind of, maybe they've had these before, but I hadn't noticed. So they have more papers and more of them, which is fun for when you're doing other things. This is ready, so I'll pull that back out again in just a second, but let's go ahead and see how this works with this foil. Add my plates over the top there. I got the machine out. Okay. Clear this out of the way. All right, I'm going to give this just a second, but I want to swap out so I can start heating up the proper plate, and then we'll peel that off and see. Just trying to get things sliding along so that we're ready for our next thing here in a minute. All right, are we ready? Let's see how this one came out. I have a good feeling about this. I like that one. I feel like that shows up way better. I think part of it's just with that dark wood, we probably kind of like we needed black ink. Amy, I hope so. Foiling is so therapeutic and fun. Oh, I really love that too. All right, so that's another super fun way to use those. That's ready, so let's turn that timer on. Again, I'll keep that reverse foil to use another day. And this is cooled down. If you hot foil and you have a glass mat, set those to cool on your glass mat and they cool almost instantly. All right, while this finishes heating, let me really quickly come back to this. So you have more patterns, and I always love how the reverse side tends to have some of the more neutral solid images. But at the back, there's even on each spot, there's some double-sided coordinating solid colors. So they're different color on each side, but they perfectly coordinate with the stuff in the kit. So you've got 3 there. That one's got some sentiments on it. And so that repeats 3 times in the kit. So it gives you more options, especially if you want like a tone-on-tone color option as well. All right, this is almost ready. And then maybe we'll do sentiments real quick too, just for fun. And then there we go. I think that was just about to turn on for me. That's definitely a plenty big enough piece of foil. And then let's pull up. Oh, it's so fun, Amrita. The more that you play with them, the more that hot foiling is one of my favorite things ever. All right, let's pop this back on. I'm gonna do the same thing here of set this aside to reveal in a second. But let's swap out our sentiments. This one I'm gonna put them both side by side here. And then I think on this one, I think I'm just gonna do them in the plain gold because that'll work for all of the options, no matter which color of foil. Gold, I feel like, is kind of the neutral. Okay, so done with foil. All right, let's let that heat up. And while that heats, of course, and we do need that bigger piece of cardstock. Okay, I'll put that on there in a minute. But let's see how this came out. Are you ready? Oh my goodness, that is the sweetest thing ever. Add a little baby sentiment, and I don't think you could get any cuter than that. So, so cute. The aura was a perfect choice for that. It just shows up great. And then when you tip it, you get that little foiled look. Oh my goodness. Adorable. If you're using pattern paper and you do have a little bit of trouble getting a good impression, kind of test it. Like I said, if you have a scrap, it's a great way to test it out. Add some paper shims. I've done that before in between my plates. You add 1 or 2, just kind of play with it and see what you need. Most pattern paper I found seems to do a pretty good job. I did notice, I mean, like if you look really close on this one, it's not an incredibly solid. So if it was a really solid image or solid foiling, I don't think, depending on the paper, it might or might not work really well. So just be aware of that, that it might be something that a couple extra shims would be helpful. And then, like I said, this one, reverse foil on that one is going to be adorable too. I'll do those another day and finish those off, but in the meantime, let's just get those sentiments done. Any more? Oh yeah, better. I haven't used any of Altenews press plates yet, and I would love to play with some of those. That might be something down the road that I'll pick up some of those to give a try. All right, there's our timer. Let's put our foil over there. Cardstock, plates. This is just on white hammer mill cardstock, nothing super crazy fancy. Okay, this is our last one, so turn the machine off here because we've got plenty of panels to play with. But let's see how this, oh, that foiled amazing, which then made me realize, you know what, I just turned that off, but no, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. I want to do the reverse foil on these because I might want some of these on here, but that can be something that I do. I'll do that later because we'll just be hot foiling and press plating and everything all day if I continue on this, and that's just kind of dangerous. Okay, and I hadn't even realized that we'd already gone 40 minutes by now with all of these things that we've done. So there's all of our foiled versions. And really, this one isn't so bad. Like I said, it doesn't pop as much as these, and I like these better. But this one isn't a total fail. And then we've got our press plate versions. So we've got those, got that, and then we've got our like slightly softer tone brown one there. Altenew sentiment. Oh, okay. So Amy, it must be a lot like kind of the reverse foil idea, but on a press plate. Oh, okay. And Amrita, if you have not tried hot foiling with press plates, they foil so much more beautifully. You don't get as near as much overfoiling. Super duper fun. Okay, let's get some of these. I need to do a little bit of die cutting now. So let me get, we're going to need these, of course, because we also have this. Forgot we press plate. We've done a bunch of stuff. This has been a busy little productive craft time. So obviously in this short time, you can see how easy it would be to create a whole set of these. It would be great for gifts and stuff like that. All kinds of options, but I'm going to start by cutting some of these. Nope, that one would not be the right direction. That, however, looks right. There we go. They're pretty easy to line up, I'm noticing, once you kind of figure out how they go. So let's get that one taped in place. Tiny bit of tape at the bottom and top. I'm going to spin this one around so I can see what I'm... That one looks like that lines up good. Okay, so there's that, and then I'm going to plan some. Let me see, I've got a few dies that I just pulled out to decide on. I haven't fully committed to any of them, but I do feel like that one would be a really sweet, or this one, the baby version. I think either of these. I think I'm going to try it. Let's try that on the foiled version first. Maybe? I don't know. I'm undecided. Not entirely sure about that one. So let's hold off on that. Let's try. Now this might work. And I think with this, what I actually want to do is cut the inside of this and then show you a trick that I had in mind for this. So I'm going to cut this from white cardstock and grab a piece of that. And then I can use the die to cut. So I'll show you. My brain's not braining to explain. So I think this is one of those show instead of tell. Let me grab some bubble mailers. I need to trim down some more bubble mailers. So in the meantime, I'll start with what I got here. And we'll just assemble a little bit and then decide which ones to put together. Okay, oh, that worked beautifully. All right, pull this one out and I'll use this in a moment. Save that scrap for later. And then let's go ahead and see. I don't know if I need a bubble mailer for this, but I'm just going to do it to be safe because I don't want to have to re-die cut these. I'm gonna hazard a guess that I probably didn't need the bubble mailer for that one, but I'm not gonna complain about it either because it probably made all of these pop out so incredibly easy. These are fabulous sentiments. There's some other that are more themed towards the Winnie the Pooh, but I decided to stick with the more kind of all-purpose ones because I knew they would all fit on there really well. And I didn't want to have to keep so many things. Okay, let's get, oopsie, I think this one goes on this one. I'm going to reuse that same bubble mailer, see if I can get a little more life out of it. Oh, Mercedes, I'm so glad to hear that. The solid hot foil plate was definitely a super fun addition. Like I said, if I had more time today, I probably would use that, but I don't want to keep you guys here all day. My goodness, we've got sentiments for days here. Probably could have just done one of each, like one side of each of these, but is it possible to have too many sentiments? Probably not, right? Okay. Gotta get the right orientation. There we go. I could tell it wasn't fitting right on the handmade for you portion of it. So, all right, let's die cut this one. Be right back. Definitely got my money's worth from that piece of bubble mailer, so definitely gonna let that one go. Okay. Both of these plates to put away for now because we're done there. Right, then we're just gonna, let's see, I do have a pencil. All right. I'm going to turn this around because I want this to fit in that center part. So I'm just going to use the die on this as a template. I could do it softer drawing around, but that's going to give me enough of something to follow that if I grab my good sharp scissors, and to get a smooth cut on that, don't turn your scissors, turn your paper. That'll give you a smoother, and it might not be absolutely perfect, but it's going to make it fit in that oval, I hope, really well. I'm not the world's best cutter, so. And you could find another die set that maybe gives you more options for layering and stuff, but I just really wanted to use that adorable little violet version. And then, just like that, that works great. No one can even tell that I hand cut that out. And if they can, they're too picky and so cute. Okay, so that one's ready. I think I'm gonna try, we're gonna brave doing the banner shape as well, I think. And that one, maybe what we'll do is, maybe we'll do the same thing so we have a little bit of a white border around. Let's see if I've got a little chunk of white cardstock that'll work for that. Again, we're just going to kind of get some of these laid out a little to start. I don't know if we'll finish them all, but yeah, why not? Looks like that cut out lovely. These banners actually just released from Pretty Pink Posh, I think yesterday. So these are brand new if you haven't seen those. They're called scallop flag tags, and I think they're so cute and fun for this. Oops. And then I put that away, and I need to do the same thing here. So I'm gonna I think I'm gonna cut off more of that tree. And this will give us a cute little spot. Okay, that should give us enough. And this will be a little easier on this because it's a lot of straight edges. I could use a paper trimmer, honestly, for a lot of it, but this will be testing my cutting a straight line skills, right? All right, let's see how that layers up and works. So cute. Okay, I still have a little bit of pencil line on this, so I cut a little too close to my line, so I'm gonna shave a sliver off there. So cute. All right, there's two different versions of the little like a baby card. So we can use one with the little black sentiment tucked in there, and then let me see if I can find the same one. I've got too many scent. I don't want to say I have too many scent. Ah, there it is. There's the same one in. There we go. So the gold foil can go on each of those. So I'll just plan some either colored or white cardstock or something and finish those afterwards. And then I have a few little card bases finished. And, oh, here's another version, just tone on tone. This was from an older paper pad that's discontinued, but that was just dark gray on a pretty solid gray. Look at how, that was one of the ones I tested that was, so just side note, I forgot I had that sitting there. All right, so this was what I had planned for this one that I already had done. And I'll probably add some twine or ribbon and then, you know, a cute little sentiment there. Kind of fits in. I feel like that little "you brighten my day" is a good fit. So that'll be kind of the layout of one of those. And I have a couple more that I added some splatters to. These are all added with the picket fence paper splatter. I just did these right before I went live so they would hopefully dry, and it feels like they did. So I'm going to pick just a couple more of those background ones. Like I kind of want to just do, I think, I don't know, maybe those three for now. Let's see what those ones look like, because I'm going to mix and match some different ovals to get a different look. This one is the Simon Says nested ovals. And then I'm going to do one, I think, with, these are the Pink Fresh Studio, the nested ovals double stitch. I think I want to do that for maybe even a smaller one there. I feel like that one, it'd be kind of cool to cut it so it sort of trims off the, yeah, let's do that. I kind of like that idea. A little more walking off into the distance. So again, a lot of these I'll probably finish off camera, but I'm going to have so many cards when all is said and done. Hopefully I haven't bored you out of your mind. Okay, so this will go really cute on one of these splattered backgrounds. I might even add another, maybe just a die cut layer or frame around there. Haven't quite determined that yet. And I can save this too, and I can use that reverse wind. In fact, maybe I want to cut a slightly, I don't know. I'll figure something out with that. That could go really cute over something else, but for now, I'm not going to do that. Let's not get too distracted. So let me put that one away. And then this is, I don't have all the packaging for it, but it is linked in the video description. I don't remember the name of it, but this is a Spellbinders nested oval set. I just kind of pulled out all the ones that I felt like would be kind of fun for these cards. So let's do that for this one, maybe. Too big. Let's put down a couple sizes. That looks maybe one up from that. Let's decide. So many options on these. I love these nested ones. That looks like a good size. Let's try that one. And then just to finish off some of these vintage, let me die cut this real quick and then I'll show you a couple other things that I've got in mind. All right, another one of those splattered card bases. I think that's going to go super cute on there. I love that, the shape on that. All of the different, just like slightly different shapes are so fun. Okay, toss that one out of the way. So I love how a lot of these would actually work really great for kind of a masculine, masculine note card and design as well. And don't worry, I will be using all of these as well. So I'm gonna have so many cards. I'm gonna have to do like a little slideshow to put them all together when they're done. But I probably will add some string or twine on there, and then the colors on these are really perfect. These are the Woodland Tails gems. I used them on last week's live. They're just like these like gems with all of the faceted edges, and then they've got glitter in them, and then the gold flakes. So they're, I love that they're kind of glamorous, but they're also, I mean, like if you look at, if you tuck that, the brown or even the black on there, I feel like you could still get away with them for guy cards. And they're not like too girly. I don't know how else to explain it, but like that neutral one there, the black, actually the black on this one I think would be perfect. Oops, a tiny bit of tape overflow there. Let me take that off because that doesn't contribute to the design any. But yeah, this brown on there, that one on the soft baby one, actually that would look really cute on that one too. Leanne, these, it does help that a lot of these are kind of nice and neutral. You know what too? Here's another fun idea. Mixing and matching a foiled sentiment on the Betterpress version. So look at how that, so I might add some like gold foil shadow layer behind there to kind of pull all that together. So another thing that you can do and mix and match on there as well. So oh, like this, always and forever. I feel like that would be adorable on that one. So many, I love these great sentiments. They're just so versatile and so many options, but there's at least a start of a few cards, and I've still got all of these panels to use and that one over there. They a little bit show on camera, but when all is said and done, I'm gonna have so many cards here. Most of the work was just done in this hour of live. So if you want to make a bunch of note cards or do something like this, it's a great way to kind of assembly line while you have one supply out, pull some different paper pads, do a few different designs, and then all said and done, you have all of these cards. You can even wait to add the sentiments until you knew what you wanted to send them out for. So I'm going to switch the camera around and we'll be right on an hour, and that'll give us a good time here to wind this down. And if anyone has any last questions or anything, let me know. I am kind of shooting for, if I can, going live like on Friday, Thursday or Friday. I haven't quite decided yet. I kind of want to go live with the brand new Simon Says release, which does go live on Friday. So once that pops out. So if there's anything, I know you haven't seen the release, so you can't really say what you would like me to use, but I know there's stencils and embossing folders and some stamp sets. I was kind of thinking about one of them that would be fun with paper piecing. There's some just cute die cutting. So if there's a certain technique that you would really love to see, let me know, and maybe I'll see if I can come up with an idea for that. Oh, Melissa and Amrita, I'm so glad. I hope you do. And just like last week, Elena I believe, showed some strawberry cards that she made kind of inspired. So if you make anything with this and post it on social media, please, please tag me. I would love that. I love to see what you created, what you pulled out. And Amy, that's totally fine. Like I said, I don't know if it'll be Thursday or Friday. I just figured I'd give you kind of the heads up. I'm also finally hoping, I've got them all boxed up. I just haven't gotten around to posting. So I'm going to try here sometime today to post. I've got some D-stash boxes that are going. They're medium flat rate. They're packed. I'm going to weigh them because they're so heavy that I was trying to carry two of them at the same time and I couldn't hold on to both of them. So they're just packed full of all kinds of product. So I'm going to get those listed. And if you want those, you can just let me know and give me your shipping info and I'll send you a PayPal invoice. Oh, Marianne, that's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. All right, if you are watching on replay, thank you for joining as well. Um, Everything again is linked in the video description, so if there's anything you're curious about, feel free to check it out there. They are affiliate links. You don't have to use them. You can just use them, find the name, but I really do appreciate if you use them. If you're unfamiliar with affiliate links, they don't cost you anything extra. It just gives me a little small commission for inspiring you to be interested with those. Amy, I will post them on my Instagram and then my Facebook stories, most likely. I'll probably post them in my Facebook group as well. I've got Houses Built of Cards Facebook group and then on Instagram. So if you're keeping an eye out for those, like I said, I'll try and get those posted here sometime this afternoon, hopefully not too late. And if you know that you want one, let me just type in the chat. I'll put it in my thing as well. You can always just email me if you're interested. There we go. I just put my email address in the chat as well. So feel free to grab that. If you know you're interested, if you don't want to try and catch, feel free to email me and I can just let you know. I think what I'm going to do for pricing, I'm going to just do similar to what Leah did. I'm using the different shape flat rate. So I'm pretty sure I fit more in my boxes, but I'm going to use the same pricing that she kind of did. So 175, I've got 10 boxes ready to go. And like I said, they're really packed with product. I really had a very full craft room. It's a mix of older and newer and retired. I just kind of I had to do a really brutal purge just to make my room functional again. So a lot of them are kind of favorites that I kind of don't want to part with, but they're maybe not available, or I just have so much new stuff I need to use that I kind of had to make that hard decision to let them go. Um, so yeah. So thank you again, everyone, for joining me. I'm so glad that you were here. I hope to maybe see you later this week. And I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Bye for now.